My friends, before we get started here, I just want to remind you to check out the Into Thin Air News Instagram page at Into Thin Air News, as well as our Twitter handle at Into Thin Air. Welcome back, everybody. It has been a busy few days as far as space weather is concerned. In fact, we are right now, as we speak, in the middle of a G2 solar storm. That was caused back on November 3rd when two M-class solar flares left the sun and headed towards Earth, which you are watching on your screen right now, the first of which was a halo event, meaning that the solar wind was extending out from all sides of the sun. The second of which you could see popping out at the bottom right of the sun, both were Earth facing. Now, because of those two events, we are in the middle of that G2 solar storm. I'm going to read something very quickly to you, posted by spaceweather.com. A CME hit Earth's magnetic field on November 5th at 0905 UT, sparking a G2 class geomagnetic storm. It goes on to say NASA and NOAA now agree a full halo CME is expected to hit Earth's magnetic field this weekend. Its arrival probably during the late hours of November 5th could spark another G2 class geomagnetic storm with auroras in Northern Europe, Canada, and US states from New York to Oregon. And again, you are watching that halo event that left the sun on November 3rd, preceded by yet another CME, and now I want to show you what happened just today alone. If we take a look at the last 7 days of the GOES X-ray flux chart, which shows us these CMEs and releases on the sun back on November 1st, leading into November 2nd, we had a set of two M-class solar flares. We were affected by those right before November 2nd and 3rd, where two more M-class solar flares, as you can see right here on the chart, left the sun's surface and then arrived, causing that geomagnetic storm that we are currently in today, November 5th. Now take a look at what happened just recently, and I mean just about 2 hours ago. Two even larger M-class solar flares back to back have left the sun and are expected to arrive around November 7th going into November 8th. Not only that, but these are the two strongest sets of M-class solar flares we've seen since that beginning phase in November 2nd. Now, to add to this situation, take a look at this coronal hole that is facing Earth right now. This is launching solar particles at the Earth's surface, its magnetic field, and is expected to cause anything from internet outages, cell phone service interruptions, almost certain radio blackouts. And as I've talked about time and time again, some people get physical effects from these solar storms, including possible headaches, feeling dizzy, all sorts of different things. Now, jumping over to HelioViewer, this is the SOHO LASCO C3 instrument. This kind of gives us a good idea of the energy that comes off the sun. You're looking at the first of those two M-class solar flares that left off the sun today. These are separate than the ones that left on the 3rd and 4th of November that we are feeling right now. These things take about 24, 36, maybe 48 hours to reach Earth and affect our magnetic field, which leads to all the effects that we just spoke about. If we back up hour by hour, you could see that the bottom quadrant of the sun was releasing that large solar flare, and as more data comes in, we are going to be able to see the second of these two large solar flares and get a much better idea of when they should arrive, again around the 7th going into the 8th of November. Now, another thing I want to talk about is an uptick in earthquake situations. The stress that these solar flares put on the Earth's magnetic field have been known to cause crust displacement. We've talked about this in many different videos. So throughout the day today, keep an eye out on your earthquake charts. More than likely, the weaker points or the fault lines that we have all over the Earth are going to be the hotspot for these earthquakes caused by that solar density. We've already had an interesting day in the United States with many earthquakes in the state of Texas, one of which a little while ago, a 4.2 near Stanton. Now, very quickly before I let you guys go, again, remember this coronal hole that we are dealing with that is currently Earth-facing and will eventually turn away from the Earth. But as of right now, this is causing a very large spike in solar wind. We are averaging right now, as we speak, just over 500 kilometers per second. That is a lot of stress to be pushed on the Earth's magnetic field. And then on top of that coronal hole we are dealing with, we have two pretty significant sunspots that are making their way into Earth-facing, one of which is the source of the M-class solar flare that left the sun today. As more data comes in from those two solar flares, I'll throw updates on the Twitter and Instagram pages. Please go check those out and subscribe and follow them. And I hope everyone is having a great weekend. Any questions or concerns or cool videos or images you would like to send me, all the information you need is down in the description box. All right, everybody, I appreciate you all very much, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Stop right there, my friends. If you have not already, click that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Click all and you will get all notifications from this channel. And trust me, you won't be disappointed.